Yeah, so let's evaluate this car. It's got nice paint job, fairly good paint job. This stem is cracked off here. It had glue on it, I took it off. And this basically had some epoxy in here, but it was a mess. So I'm redoing it. But the question is, can I basically restore this and keep the green paint? And it would look quite good. So I'm thinking of bringing the posts in and trying to touch them up the same color and leaving the rest of the car for once. Which I usually don't do, but I feel like doing it this time, just to be a little different. So what's different on this Citroen is, if you look at this post, it comes up with the flat forward. I might need two of these, but that's what I'm going to stick in here. So it's a staple. I'm going to put in one first and see if I can get a second one in. Alright, so on with the Dremel. We need some kind of a countersink down here. That maybe will hold the staple in place with epoxy like this. That's pretty good. Might have to slot it a bit more in, but it's pretty good. It's getting there. So we'll have the first staple epoxied in like that, let it dry out for 48 hours and then see where we're going from there. So when you're mixing the A and B, always try to go a little bit more black, because that's the hardener. It's supposed to be 50-50, but I go a little black. And I've got a little stem piece here put in. It's actually out of a coat hanger, so it's a little bit more solid. I'll put that in with the tweezers in a minute. I just got to get this in here first. We got to start the epoxy. And I also have my lead soldier, remember I did, and I wanted to still fix this hole here, so I'll use the leftovers there as well. Oh, we got to make sure we keep this car clean as we can. So in goes the post. Yeah, put that in there. Tweezers. Is it in there? Can you see it? Oh, I'm sorry. That's the hard part doing cameras sometimes. It's harder when you're trying to make you be able to see it go in, so. It should be out this way more. You know what I mean? It should be up here in the slot of the car more. There. That looks more like it. Now I need a bit more on top here, not sticking really. That's pretty good. And now we got to get this back out. Jimmy. That looks pretty good. Oops, where's the camera? There. That looks pretty good. I'll let that dry and we'll see how it turns out. And then I'll grind it off. So there's the car. Epoxied up on both sides. I may have to do it a second time. I'm going to leave that dry before I clean it. But there you go. trying to save as much paint as I can. So as you can see, I've filled this in. It's epoxied in pretty tight there. It's just basically a coat hanger squared off a bit, hammered and then squared off. I needed something a little bit more robust. So here's the Citroen. I filled these about, I think 3 or 4 times. I've touched them up to make them look nearly perfect. I've got the look I want now. I'll give it a light file and some sanding and I'll paint her up. I most like try to keep the paint and try to match the color. Something different. So there you go. It's mainly the front strut windows. One was totally missing and one was cracked on top here. And they had a little gap, so. As far as I'm concerned, a little filing with the needle files, a little bit of cleaning, undercoating, and away we go. We'll touch her up.